So, don't really do DIY movies, but I have this trick that I got off the internet, and I can't remember if it was a video or not, but I'm gonna make one anyway. It has nothing to do with FPV or aquariums or anything else my channel has been lately. But what it is if anyone has ever hated these stupid little squishy things for the earbuds, then I have a good hack. And it's really simple, it's really cheap. It fucking works great. I've worn these on extremely long road trips and extremely long airplane flights, and they don't bother my ears. These bother my ears and they don't stay in. The small one doesn't stay in, the medium doesn't stay in, the large doesn't stay in. They're probably good like for everybody as far as like one platform fits all, but they still suck. So I'm gonna do a DIY video on how to make these out of this. And what this is custom molded earplugs for shooting. It's a really cool trick, and hope you enjoy it. So the things you're gonna need are obviously headphones. I'm using these Beats by Dr. Dre earbuds. Some masking tape of some kind. I'm using blue painter's tape. A knife, because you need to do a little bit of cutting, but not too much. And of course, the earplugs. Now, the earplugs I was able to acquire at Fin Feather Fur, which is just like a hunting gun store. I would call ahead to see if you could get it. If not, Amazon does have it. But they need to be the custom molded earplugs. They can't be anything else. They have to be this one, and as far as I know, this is the only manufacturer and brand of it. So that's what you need. So let's get started. All right, so first thing you do is you take these off, just like so. And then you want to protect the speakers. So you don't want to expose this part right here. See if I could zoom in. There. There. So this part right here is a speaker. It has a coating on it, but you don't want anything to get in there, because if it plugs the holes, then the sound is distorted or it doesn't work right. So we have to protect that, and that's what we're going to do with this masking tape. You don't need a lot. Just take a little piece like this, and what I like to do is just tear off a section that is bigger than the diameter of the speaker hole, and just stick it right on as good as you can. And then take the X-Acto blade and very carefully remove everything except the part that's covering the speaker. That didn't work out too well. So this is probably one of the more tedious spots of this trick. I wonder if it would be easier like this. So what I'm trying to do is cut around it. Now don't do this on your dining room table like me, because then you'll scratch it. It's a good thing this is my table, otherwise other people would probably not be happy about this. There's probably an easier way to do this. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect circle. You just want to make sure. Yeah, I fucked it all up. I'll have to start over. So, like, you just want to make sure that it's covered, but you don't have too much excess. Hell, even that'll work. So, see how I have it completely covered? It's like I said, it's not the prettiest. It doesn't need to be, you know, spectacular or a perfect circle. You just want to make sure that the entire speaker is covered. So, do the same to the other side. And I'll meet you back when I get the other side done. So you can see that I got mine done. It's out of focus. There we go. So I got both of mine done. And that's close to what it should look like when you guys get yours done. So the next step, we're just going to put this aside for a second and get out the packaging stuff. So this is what it looks like. Now I've done this before, but I didn't do a video last time. So, you don't have a lot of time to work with this stuff though. So basically what you want to do is you'll have two colors. So one will be the color that you get and one will be white. So this is like an epoxy, so there's a hardener and a resin. But you want to go ahead and divide these into two pieces each. Because you have two ears and you need them both. So what I do is I just twist it right in the middle and it makes pretty good even separation. Let's bump you up a little bit there. Yeah, so that's more in front of me. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take two of the pieces, one colored, one not colored, and you're going to mush them together. And what your goal is that you're going to create, like you want it to be all smushed up, right? I know it's like not really in focus, but you can see there's a little bit of white still present, a little bit of dark red, so you just keep mashing and keep mashing. And I suggest doing this like one at a time. Don't do both at the same time. It'll save you some time, but chances of screwing it up are pretty high. So once you get a good, soft, malleable, even color, which should be lighter than the color that you started with because of the white, this is where it gets tricky and I won't be able to talk. So I'm going to just tell you real quick and then I'm going to do it. I have a timer and I'll edit it back to what it's going to be. I keep looking at the screen. I'm sorry for that. So I'm going to stick it in my ear and then so whatever ear you want, make sure you grab the appropriate earbud. So right ear right, left ear left. And then you just want to like kind of stick the earbud in without, make sure you have the protection on. Again, this is going to prevent this stuff from getting in, but you want to stick it in and try and point it into the inside of your ear. Use a mirror if you have to, and then take your knife or a pencil or a pen or anything like that and you're stick it in your mouth like this. The reason being is because the way your eardrum works, if you close your mouth like this, it won't have a proper fit inside when this is molded to your ear. Because I already feel it getting stiff, so I gotta hurry up and get it in there because I only got 10 minutes. So you stick it in like so. It doesn't need to be pretty, you could trim it later, but you make sure it gets into your ear, like inside. Like this is made for shooting. It's an earplug, custom molded earplug. So this is my right ear, so I'm making sure I have the right earbud. And then I'm just gonna stick it in. Instead of using a mirror, I'm using this. But make sure it's like into my eardrum area. And then you will hold it and set a timer for 10 minutes. And don't talk. Now's a good time to play, lights still on. Now is a good time to play a game. So, that's what I'm gonna do.
I won't let you bury it. I won't let you smother it. I won't let you murder it.
So now that the timer's done, the trick is to don't pull the cord and don't pull the bud. You actually want to grab the actual material itself and just kind of be careful, because it could create a suction cup. You don't just rip it out, because then you could damage your eardrum. But just want to be careful and slightly get some air like that. And what you should have is a nice little mold of the inside of your ear. Alright? And then leave the earbud in so you can see where it is. I got a little bit of an edge on mine, maybe you can see it. But we're going to cut this tip part out by using the speaker, this edge, as a guide. So you just want to trim where the speaker is going to be, like that. So you have a little dot, all right? And if you want to clean up around the edge, that's up to you. It can make it a little bit more comfortable, but the more material you remove, the less soundproof this will be. Now keep in mind that this also is going to, it's almost like a noise blocker, so to speak. So that's how you do one end. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other end, and we'll get back. Same thing, mash it. So they have lots of other different colors. I like red and orange, although orange looks more like human flesh rather than orange. But I mean, the Beats by Dre are red themed, red and black. So I just go ahead and get the red so it kind of looks like it belongs there. Mashy, mashy, mashy. A little bit under my fingernail. Probably shouldn't put that back in there, but whatever. So roll it into a ball, and it looks pretty good. So then, again, stick it in your ear. Make sure you get enough material down in there, and then flatten it out. Like so. Stick your earbud about where you think it is in the hole. Again, I'm using my display, and then just kind of shove it in. Oop, you feel that it's there. That's going to be better. So again, you just want to make sure that you don't just rip it out. That's not what you want. You want to just kind of work it. You'll feel the suction cup give. This one isn't as pretty as the last. Looks like. It'll still work though. There's a little bit of exposed right there, so just take your knife and cut it. Try not to cut your finger or anything else. It doesn't feel good. So if the tape actually comes off, that's okay. Doesn't matter anyway. So I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming on the edge here. Some of it may not be completely formed, but like in a half hour it'll be nice and solid. So I wouldn't try and use these right away. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of like pop these off. And it'll leave a nice mold that will contoured to this. It matched it. So they can come in and out. It's not permanent. You just stick it in your ear. Get some Spotify to test it out. Yeah, and it's really comfortable. I mean, because it's molded to your ear, so it's like it's a perfect fit. I don't know why this hasn't been discovered yet, or why this isn't like bigger. Like, why isn't companies doing this? This makes no fucking sense. It should be done. Really not hard to do. You really can't hurt yourself. It's non-toxic. At least I don't know. Maybe it's not. Either way, like this needs to be the future, and maybe this video will get the attention to make it the future. It's still a little soft, but yeah. If you have any questions or comments, leave them. Obviously, leave it in the comments. If you have any questions or you get stuck, I'll try and monitor the comments. I'm usually on YouTube daily, so I'll see it. But yeah, so that's how it is. It's really fucking simple. Again, last time, it's made by Radians, custom mold inserts, and a lot of different colors. They're great. Hope you enjoyed this DIY, my first one. So it's not perfect. I tried. Talk to you guys later.